everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have the Birds and the Bees mod, which was released, I think it was last week, and I haven't had the chance to take a look at it yet, and I've seen some videos on it. I know that Ashley did one. Haven't watched it yet because I wanted to test it out for myself. So there is like a lot of notes. So it's a standalone mod with offers of social relationship, pregnancy enhancements. It adds a menstrual cycle, so you can see like the different cycles for teens to adults. There's fertility, miscarriages with, it seems like it's a really low rate, and it's compatible with the cigarette mod. Woohoo has a few different things. Both fertility is taken into account when it comes to pregnancy as well, which I think is really cool. There's pregnancy tests, so it's kind of similar to The Sims 4 where you take a pregnancy test to find out if you're having a baby. There's birth control, and like a few other little things. Alright, so we went ahead and hopped into game, so immediately she's got intense cramping and Aunt Flo. So she's currently on her period. This is my current household sim, which I haven't played with her in probably like a month, so I figured it'd be a good time to go ahead and play with her and test out this mod. So we're going to come over here to the grocery store because I know that it has a few little options there, and then the hospital is the other one, and I'm currently realizing I don't know where the hospital is in this world. It is literally right in front of my face. Okay, so it's right here. So after that, we're going to come over here. Oh, so I'm assuming everything's probably going to be under home. So we have, we've got pregnancy tests. We've got emergency contraception. We've got, some other stuff. So everything all together is only $53 for these three things. Honestly, not that bad. And then if we head over to the hospital, there should be a new menu. This one here, the Office of Reproductive Services. So if we click on that, we can get a pregnancy test, get contraceptive pills, attend a birth class, and an early parenting class. I don't know if disease is this mod or a different mod, because I do have a few little hospital mods, so I'm not entirely too sure. Alright, so we just got home. I want to see if we can maybe invite Marisol over, which is Rachel's girlfriend, and see if we can maybe get them to have a baby, which I know is not extremely realistic, but we may as well try, just because I don't feel like having her go ahead and like hook up with another sim for the sake of the video. Marisol's not interested. Okay, so I had her come over here to Marisol. So here is her little house over here, which immediately I'm gonna have to change out the bed or something. But okay, so if I click on Rachel, I am having a little bit of lag. I don't know if that's this mod or not though. So we have relationship well-being. How do I feel about having children? So this does not want, indifferent, and wants. I'm going to leave it the way that it was. She's currently supportive of having a kid. I'm going to always kind of let my Sims, make up their own mind with that. And again, we're having a little bit of lag. So we have reproductive sentiments. We can change a few things, but I'm just going to look at her info. How does she feel about having kids? 100 baby challenge. So I'm assuming that means that she probably wants a lot of kids. This could actually be very interesting to do a 100 baby challenge with. And then uterus info. Fertility is 10%, not infertile, no miscarriages, not pregnant, no birth control. Next period is in 0 hours. Well, that's because she's currently on it. But then we should also be able to look at the stats when it comes to Marisol as well. We can actually go ahead and ask about what her opinion is on having kids. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And, okay, so I can actually kind of like look at her sentiments as well. So I'm not going to change anything with hers either. So she doesn't want to have any kids. I do not want to have any children. Okay. And that might be a little bit difficult for these two. So I'm going to leave it. We're going to do this just as the base way that it is right now. Didn't mess with any of their fertility. So we're going to let them see how this goes. I did click on try for the baby. So I'm going to just test this out, see if there is a sound or not. Okay, so there is a jingle. Rachel did not like using a condom during the last woohoo. Have a conversation with the partner about condom use during future woohoo. Okay, that's kind of cool. So she does have a pack in here, but it's not open. We also don't need to go ahead and take any emergency pills, but let's go ahead and open up the pregnancy test box. Okay, Marisol is going to sleep apparently by the looks of that, but I'm very curious how to have a conversation about this. Like, is there an option if I click on her? Let's see. Okay, so I'm seeing like that's all kind of, checked off, but I'm not seeing, I'm not currently seeing an option. So I'm assuming maybe that's going to be added in the future. But let's go ahead and use this pregnancy test. Alright, so this is one thing about this house. The bathroom is outside, so she has to like walk outside to be able to get there. It's a little bit inconvenient, but it should be fine. So let's see, because we did hear a jingle. Okay, so Rachel is not pregnant. Better luck next time. So are you? Because we did hear a jingle. Okay, so neither of them are actually pregnant, I don't think. I'm just going to check through master controller here really quick. Okay, so yeah, so neither of them are actually pregnant despite hearing the jingle. So she actually has the thing about being glad about a condom use. So I think it's kind of cool that there's like preferences with that as well. And let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and try for a baby once more. Because I'm just curious about how all of this works. So you're going to see me kind of like test a few things out, seeing how everything kind of works for this mod. And kind of like learning as I go. What is this? Parenthood can be a joy, but not if you're not ready for it. Now's the time to plan ahead. But we're going to go ahead and let these two woohoo in the shower, just because the bathroom is like right here, so it's quite quick. We can do the pregnancy test fairly quickly, and I feel like everything should be okay. So we're going to have to listen. The jingle doesn't really matter anymore. It's something I'm learning with this mod, which I think is kind of interesting. Okay, so I didn't hear a jingle that time. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that was a little bit of a delayed jingle. She's still unhappy about, use of things. But we're going to go ahead and try and use this. I apologize if you can hear that sound in the background. My water softener is going off because I'm filming this quite a bit later than normally do. I took a break earlier after I filmed the intro to this, so I apologize. I'm hoping that it's not too loud. Okay, so Rachel's not pregnant, so if I give this to Marisol and get you to use this, how does that work? Alright, just out of curiosity, we'll just test this really quick here. Okay, so neither of them are pregnant that time either. So we are over here. She actually has a wanted pregnancy. I missed that because I was thinking that it wasn't going to go through. So there we go. So she is actually pregnant now. Marisol is not. But I'm curious what the interactions are here. Okay, so there's a new thing here about pregnancy and family. So we can announce news of pregnancy, express hope for a smooth pregnancy. Alright, we'll come over here and interact just to see, because we know that Marisol didn't want a kid. So I'm curious to see what this does and if it impacts their relationship any. I will have the download link for this mod in the description if you're interested, by the way. But yeah, we're just going to kind of test around, play with this a little bit, and see what we kind of figure out. Okay, so that didn't seem to go well. Expressed joy about being pregnant, gush over the baby room decor. Okay, so that gave me like a blank bubble. Marisol is trying to go to work. I'm going to cancel this out so we can kind of, test out this mod here a little bit more. Okay, so their relationship actually like dropped. So she's expressing hope for a smooth pregnancy right now. And then I think Like, I know that I can ask thoughts about having children, but it doesn't seem to have added anything else. Can't believe I'm having a child. I'm so excited to meet them. Their relationship's dropping like flies. Did you see how much that just dropped? Ugh, why are you still talking? Oh, no. Okay, so if I come over here to Marisol, so she doesn't have any moodlets or anything of the sort, but what happens if express objections about continuing pregnancy? I do not want to be involved in the child's life. Oh, no. Okay, so there are different, like, options based on if they want kids or not, which I think is actually kind of cool. That seems to be the only thing I'm noticing. So let's see how this goes if we say that we don't want to be in the child's life. If you are having this baby, I do not want anything to do with it. It's an adios from me. How could you abandon me? It takes two to create a child. Okay, so like this actually does kind of add to the story option. If you're going for, you know, kind of like a storyline, which I actually really enjoy this. You can see like the relationship is dropping a lot. I want to see what this express objection is, just out of pure curiosity. I am not supportive of continuing this pregnancy. We should look into termination options. Wow, I didn't know you hated me being pregnant with your child. Yikes. So you can see here, like, they don't have a relationship at all anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and send Marisol off to work. We're going to go ahead and play around with this mod a little bit more and the options at the hospital because I'm curious. So if we come over here to the Office of Reproductive Services, so we have a birth class, abortion is also an option over here, parenthood class, ultrasound is checked off because we're not far enough into the pregnancy, I'm assuming. So we're just going to go ahead and see how the birth class and the early parenthood class go. I know I just clicked on the wrong one. But we're just going to test these out, see if there's like a moodlet or something associated with them. So let's head over there, see how this goes. And we're just going to kind of keep playing and testing this mod out because I am very curious. I'm actually kind of really enjoying this a lot. So I feel like this could add like a lot to the game, especially whenever you're like watching the relationships drop from having like differences. I feel like this could just be really good. And I love that the modding community is like still, okay, so we have thanks for attending our class today. So she's heading into the early parenting one now. So we have it'll go well, even though you will never feel completely prepared. The information gathered from the birth class can help parents to be ease feelings of anxious. And we have this one here, it's a baby, don't drop it. So there's that. So at this point, I think that's all that we can really do. Oh, I guess we can also go for prenatal screening. So I think we'll go ahead and test that out as well and see what it says. Okay, so she's just about to wrap up. She's getting cravings already, which I kind of enjoy. Thank you for visiting the obstetrician. Let's see here. Rachel is currently in the first trimester. The fetus is developing normally, however, should invest in a healthier diet and more exercise. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use another one of my mods. I was checking to see if there was like anything adds to our inventory. Doesn't look like there is. But I'm going to go ahead and use another one of my mods here. And we are going to go ahead and set the pregnancy progress. Sorry, I'm messing up on my words. So I think I'm going to set it to, let's just go with like 35. So at this point, she knows that she's pregnant in-game as well. She's got the moodlet. I think what we're going to do now is go back in here. Okay, so we can go ahead and get an ultrasound now, but I'm also going to go ahead and see if we can go back for another screening and see if it updates telling you what trimester they're in. She's also got that the baby's kicking, so it does add some more little moodlets. I actually really enjoy this a lot. Okay. So we're just going to let her go through this, and then, why did it move? Where did it go? Okay. So we'll come back over here and then get an ultrasound. I believe the ultrasound will tell you the sex of the baby, if I remember correctly. So, Okay, so it does update second trimester, still healthy diet and more exercise. Marisol just finished with work, but she's going to go ahead and head back on inside. We're going to see if we can get an ultrasound, what it tells us, and just kind of, explore and play with this a little bit more. Because I'm very intrigued. I feel like this is a lot of fun. Poor Mochi is over here starving. I'm assuming there's no food in the food bowl. I promise I will feed the pets. But I'm not going to be saving this anyways, just because it's not where they were at with the storyline. So this is just to test out the mod. Okay, so it seems like this one takes a little bit longer, which, to be fair, that makes sense. Oh, it looks like she has another little moodlet down there. It kind of looks like some butterflies, maybe, which we will check out here in a second. Okay, so the ultrasound revealed that the developing fetus will be a female. Okay, so she's having a girl, and you can see here that like the little thought bubble above her head also like signifies that it's a girl, which is quite cute. I don't know if everyone can like see that here, so I might go ahead and zoom in on it. But is that what they look like? Although a little alien looking, the feelings of unfamiliarity slip away, and then we have it feels like butterflies. So they're kind of some cute little moodlets, but if I zoom in here, you can see, there we go. So you can see that it signifies that it's a little girl. All right, so now I think what I want to go ahead and do, I'm going to come back in here. We're going to up the pregnancy process to 80, and we're going to go back in just to see if the prenatal screening changes anything. Things are like moving around on me. But yeah, so we'll go for another prenatal screening just to see. I know that it'll say like third, but I'm curious if there's any other options on healthy eating. Okay, so it's still healthy diet and more exercise. So not too much of a change there. But I think it is time. Actually, let's go ahead and see about ultrasound, see if it says anything. This is me like just kind of testing things out of pure curiosity at this point. Alright, so she's got this down here now too. Looks like they settled down for a rest, so the fetus is asleep. So it's very cute. I really like this mod a lot so far. The lag is a little bit iffy, but I feel like I can deal with it. Okay, so it doesn't look like the ultrasound adds any more detail, which is perfectly fine. So let's go ahead, use my other little mod down here, and we are going to go ahead and start labor. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have her just go back into the hospital, have the baby, and just see what kind of happens. Because I'm curious if Marisol will get any, moodlets or anything after the baby's born, and just to kind of play around and test it a little bit. Why are you not going inside? Okay, so we're watching like everybody kind of freak out. All right, there we go. She went in finally, and we're just going to wait. So far, she doesn't have any moodlets. So as you can see here, Marisol is kind of blank on moodlets, which is fine. I will say though, she's not even coming over here to be at the birth of the baby. So there's another, kind of moment here that I'm assuming it has to do with this mod. So that's a little bit interesting because normally it's like meet mother at hospital, which is not how this is currently going. So we're just going to kind of wait for the baby to be born and see what else there is to offer anytime now. Okay, so we had a baby girl as we knew. I'm just going to name her Naomi just because, first name to come to mind. And there we go. So we now have a baby. Doesn't look like she has any new moodlets. There's no difference in the way the relationships are currently starting. Oh. The baby's born. It's a relief not to have to deal with pregnancy anymore, but a great wave of stress comes over Marisol each time they think about their new life with their unwanted child. Marisol is going to have a hard time coming to terms with this, and it will most likely affect their ability to provide care for their newborn baby. But, there's nothing when it comes to Rachel. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and skip, and we're going to wait for the next morning and see how things go. Okay, so Marisol is over here with Naomi. So she still has the unwanted pregnancy, but we're going to go ahead and see if I can get her to go ahead and like take care of Naomi and give her some food, some snuggles, just kind of, you know, the normal things that I would normally do, just to see how this works. I'm assuming it would mean that she can't do things autonomously, but it seems like if you instruct them to do it through the game, everything seems fine. She did skip over feeding the kid, but otherwise, I'm not really seeing any differences this way, which honestly I'm okay with. But we'll go ahead and feed her. Alright. So I think my conclusion of this mod is that I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun, adds a lot of realism and some storytelling into the game. But I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 6 days a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications when I post, you can go ahead and hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, lovelies!